Hi, YouTube. Wait, did you notice I'm breaking in the new punk shirt?
What better time when he's on the company?
Yay!
Come on.
You good?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. This is Cobra's Corner's new wrestling show on WDJM 91.3 FM in the Framingham area. If anyone wants to call in, the number is 508-626-4623. As always, I am your host, Jason Lilly. You can follow me on Twitter at JLilly33. As always, to my forward, Chris Hudson. How are you, good sir?
Good. Confused.
He's fixing one last thing before we go on air. You can follow him on Twitter at chudson_22. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this already. You can follow me on Twitter at JLilly33. That is Lilley. And as always, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cobra's Corner. You can follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram at Cobras_Corner. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search Cobra's Corner. We are the first thing that pops up. And as always, don't forget to check out our website, www.cobras-corner.com, where by the end of the week we will be posting at least one special edition podcast in there about... We're still trying to figure that out, but there will be at least a special edition podcast posted this week because there was no there was no Sports Vortex yesterday because of the holiday. So we're going to do some sort of special edition something this week to make up for that. So, last night was Raw. They were from Baltimore. First time in a decade?
Something like that.
That they were in Baltimore, which just seems wrong.
Baltimore's a pretty big city. Like,
Yeah.
why would you have been there?
Like, why weren't you in Baltimore in the last decade? Like, it just seems off. Because I heard JBL said, no, you know what one felt weird? Last time we were here, Jake the Snake Roberts was on camera. It's like,
That'd have been more than a decade then.
That's what JBL said, was Jake the Snake was here.
Was he just joking around? Like,
I don't know.
Because it's been long, but he's like, it was so long that, you know. That seems just can't be right.
I know.
Oh well.
Ooh, I got some awkward breaking news.
What?
ESPN will televise the NFL wildcard playoff game during the 2014 season first.
Yeah, I'm just saying those two.
That's interesting. But this is the wrestling show, so we'll stick to that.
Yeah, because they've never had a playoff game before, I don't think.
They haven't. So, last night was Raw. Let's just start off with what turned from generic to slightly original in the one segment. What were your thoughts on the opening segment with Bryan coming out to this huge ovation with Brie in the ring, him slightly tearing up because his father passed away genuinely moments before Raw.
A few hours before
It was a few hours before Raw, his father passed away.
Yeah.
And you saw him really emotional. Then they had Masked King come back.
Yeah.
Destroy Bryan.
Yeah.
Hit a tombstone pile driver on the floor,
Then the steps. Then
then
the
the
table.
steps, then the announce table, and I still feel the need to point this out because I made this joke on Twitter. Was it just me, or was Michael Cole way more distraught about the tombstone on the table than he was the tombstone on steel steps?
See, my theory on that is that it was the final tombstone, and like it was like the third one as opposed to like obviously
It was
it
on
should,
steps.
I understand, but maybe he was trying to sell the last one as the most brutal because like it's the third one. Enough's enough. Like I don't know.
Do you think the announce table was supposed to break?
It would have been weird if it broke. Because like usually when you break like a table, it's like you're flat on your back. You're getting like either like an elbow drop through the table, or you're getting like a power bomb through it. I don't know how a tombstone through it. That would just seem awkward. Like if you fall down. I'm kind of glad it didn't break. Like I'm kind of glad it didn't because I think that would end badly. But
I feel like it was supposed to.
I feel like if it didn't break, it would also end badly because that's pretty stiff.
Yeah. But I just found it funny, and I made that joke on Twitter last night.
I feel like all the tables are supposed to break, and they just don't break anymore.
Yeah, me too. I
think
firmly
of all like
agree with that.
think of all the attacks and like the tables that never break.
Yeah. Ooh.
Is that Cena?
That's Barrett.
No, Barrett. I saw jeans and I'm like, that's Cena's jeans.
No, that's Barrett from Sheamus last night.
Way to go, Sheamus.
Ow. But back to that. I feel like it turned a generic story into something that could be actually good.
Well, they made Kane look like a threat, which I didn't think they were gonna be able to do. 'Cause when he came out and was like, when he first like started attacking him, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like I've seen this like 1,000 times. Like you can't just make Kane be like a monster again.
It's not.
And at the end of the segment, I'm like, that was a pretty good job. Like, it wasn't like perfect, but that was about as good as you could have done.
See, what would have been perfect and what would have added to it to me is if Stephanie left the ring, touched Kane, and Kane threw her off.
Yeah, but I don't know if they want to go the whole violence towards women.
No, I'm not saying like hard, but like.
Yeah, no.
But more of a.
Yeah.
Like get off.
Yeah, that would have been alright. Because I think she just looks like an idiot. Like Kane enough. It's like you're the part owner of the company, and the best you can do is say Kane stop, Kane enough. If you're that mad, don't just fire his ass. Like I don't understand.
See, I like it because she.
But she has so much more authority, and we've seen it from her and other people than to do that.
No, but that was the point of it though.
I understand it's
I feel like
Kane,
it was
but
no, because I feel like it was supposed to be like one of those double.
Oh, she was like, Kane, stop, but really keep going.
Yeah. Where it was like the voice I was just using, where it was like Kane. No.
It's like you should not do that, but if you want to keep doing it,
I would really like it if you. There it is. Tombstone on the steps. It's a shame. What else? So like I feel like it was supposed to be one of those where it was like, okay, we're gonna give you some applause, but not. I mean, I'm gonna try to tell you to stop, but just keep going.
Yeah.
I like that they had Kane knock him off the stretcher. That was a good touch.
Yeah.
That was a very good touch.
I don't know. It still doesn't feel like Kane to me.
It still bugs
I don't think
me.
it ever will feel like Kane ever again. Though.
No.
Not since the last time it really felt like Kane was like initially after he took his mask off, because he was still really crazy.
That towel, like that.
Yeah,
towel
like he
over
lit
his
JR
head.
on fire for God's sakes. Like, there's only so much we can do in this day and age to make him seem like an actual monster. So it's not really possible. But that was like the last time I felt like, whoa.
Like, whoa, this guy's a threat.
So since he lost to Undertaker at WrestleMania 20, I didn't really feel anything for Kane.
I agree with that.
Because the last really crazy thing he did was bury Undertaker. I guess he kidnapped Kelly once. That was kind of weird and creepy. But it didn't really do anything.
What about his storyline with Edge?
I was just about to say that, the whole thing with Lita, but it wasn't...
No, I meant the second
just
round.
The one with Edge?
I meant round 2 with Paul Bearer.
Oh, no. Okay, if you think of that one now. I didn't feel anything for that.
Where
But by that point, I'd already become desensitized to him.
See, they tried. When they gave him the big gold belt and they let him win the world title.
Still didn't feel like a monster, though.
Well, he didn't feel like a monster.
But that's the whole thing with Kane.
He attacked Taker, and
Oh, I mean,
What
like
was the
when
storyline?
he buried him the second time.
Yeah, who left my brother in a vegetated state?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
that one?
Yeah, and then
That
and
Kane?
then when he did the second buried alive match, that was not even close to the first one, and then Nexus.
Nexus
helped
interfere.
and put Taker in the. It's like no.
Don't you love how that went nowhere for Nexus?
Yeah, nor for anybody really.
What was the point? What was the payoff supposed to be for that?
I don't know. It was that bragging rights. It wasn't
That's
even
a
like
fun game to play.
like
what was supposed to be the payoff?
like think about it. The first Buried Alive match they had was at Survivor Series. It was a big pay-per-view, one of the big four, and it was setting up for the eventual WrestleMania match. And then what do they do like 7 years later? They have the same match at bragging rights.
Which was a one and done.
Was it 2?
It was 2.
Either way, it was awful.
It was 2. It was 2.
So I feel like they had 2 of the Raw vs. SmackDown matches.
It was 2. I thought it was a one and done.
Yeah.
Great pay-per-view concept if it was during the original brand split.
Yeah, like it wouldn't work now, obviously, because there's only one brand.
Well, no, I mean like
I know,
when they
like,
tried to do it.
When they did Flair was owning Raw and Vince and SmackDown. And
Like remember
brand extension.
remember like the warfare that they had between Raw and SmackDown when like Batista was the world heavyweight champion and tag champions with Ray, and he had like the taped up like upper half.
Because that's back when the brands mattered. It could have.
No, and that's what I'm saying. No, it's like if they had bragging rights.
Well, yeah, it could have even worked up until, because the brands were separate until the Raw Super Show started. It would have worked in theory.
So, they have been separated. For point of context, they've been separated since Triple H was an on-screen authority figure. When Hunter first got the CEO job, that's when he on screen. That's when
when they put
he
them
started
together.
the Super Shows.
Well, yeah, they first split during the brand extension in 2002 after the.
But then
invasion.
they went back to one brand.
They went back to one brand a few years ago. But
when Hunter got the COO job on screen.
Yeah, so like 2011.
Yeah.
So they lasted 9 years as separate brands.
Yeah. What I'm saying though is if they did it earlier, from like when the brands first split, anytime to like in my mind, that point when Batista first injured himself, anytime in there that would have been a great pay-per-view concept.
They actually played up the fact that they were separate entities, not just Raw followed on SmackDown. It'd be like SmackDown storylines.
Like I miss the old brand. I miss the brand splits to the point where it's like, yep, guys, we're on pay-per-view. Here's the SmackDown announce team.
I get why they do put everything together, but it takes away from it because like when you can only have 1 or 2 main event angles, it kind of diminishes the rest. But when you have 2 shows, you can have 2 different main event angles. You know what I mean?
I love the concept of
like look how much
this is Raw's pay-per-view, this is SmackDown's pay-per-view.
Like look at Edge. He was basically a star through SmackDown. Like he had his Raw runs, yeah. But pretty much his biggest moments were through SmackDown.
His biggest moments, he peaked because of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, Raw in his feud with Cena took him off. SmackDown is where he skyrocketed.
Yeah, La Familia and all that stuff with Undertaker. That was his biggest feuds ever.
Taker. Just leave it there. Taker.
Taker is never Raw.
Taker.
Well, he was Raw when Raw was like the only
show. But he was drafted by SmackDown and never left.
He'd make the occasional Raw appearance, but not even really. He would just be on SmackDown when he wrestled full time.
Yeah, he was SmackDown's guy.
Yep.
Because
From Big Evil till the day they stopped doing SmackDown like that.
To the day he stopped being
Which is why I'll watch SmackDown here and there, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I understand why they do it too.
It's more wrestling matches. It's more matches where Raw's more stories.
I know, but I don't know. I just feel like they did it better when it was like that. You know?
That's because they used to do it better.
Think of all the, But like they had stories and matches. Like look at that Iron Man match between Lesnar and Angle. Like that was on SmackDown, the B show, on a Thursday night.
For their defense
with Raw still, I know it's the people they have, but they would never do something like that.
That was when they were still on UPN, when UPN was a big network, and it was the season premiere. And you remember how Raw used to go big for the season premieres?
I know, but still, like SmackDown, when was the last must-see SmackDown?
For me or for casual?
Just like in general, like when was the last you'll really remember this SmackDown?
Well, one that just popped into my head and that's because I just watched this one the other day through the network, was the one where Edge cashed in Money in the Bank after Undertaker versus Batista in the steel cage match.
Yep.
Where Mark Henry also came
ripped
back.
off. Yeah. And how long ago was that? Like 2007? 2008?
08, I think that was.
That was 6 years ago.
No, I'm saying that one just jumped into my head
Yeah,
because I just watched that.
That was a really good one. I remember that one. Because Mark Henry hadn't been there for a while. It was really
He
surprising
was
when
off
he came
for like
back.
a year and a half.
He was gone for a long time. Like, he was gone for so long, I honestly forgot about it. And that's what made it work.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because you're not the biggest fan of SmackDown. What interests you more, watching SmackDown or NXT?
Honestly, NXT right now. Well, because they're at least, they still...
See, what I like about NXT is the Wrestling Observer, there we go. That was the show of the year last year, was NXT. NXT won Weekly Wrestling Show of the Year.
Yeah.
NXT's amazing. So that's
NXT's awesome.
I still need to watch last show.
Yeah, me too. I've been a little behind on it.
I tend to catch it like a day or two after. Like I tend to catch it during the weekend. I was busy this weekend.
Yeah. But SmackDown just bothers me because I know like they'll have good wrestling matches, but
That's where Ziggles gets more time. Del Rio got pushed there.
like it's a glorified velocity. It's a glorified heat because those all had just regular matches that didn't really push the storyline further. Like the whole thing about
does has its own feuds. It's just
does.
they're not.
It's just they don't
not
matter.
the same. Yeah.
You'll never see an important thing really happen on SmackDown anymore. Like a really important thing.
Well, Ziggler got his concussion from Swags on SmackDown. That was kind of.
They'll never see an intentional storyline based thing happen.
Shield's first loss was on SmackDown.
That's more of like a.
Shield's first loss to, Christian and the Usos.
Yeah.
That one still bugs me.
You know what I'm trying to say. Like you'll never see a title change on SmackDown unless it's like, even if it's like the U.S. title maybe. But like you don't see anything there.
A good amount of the Money in the Banks have been cashed in through SmackDown.
Recently.
Well, when it was one briefcase, the last one, Swags cashed in on SmackDown, Edge cashed in on SmackDown, Punk cashed one of his
Well, when Edge was here, it was still an actual show.
I'm just saying, though.
Same with Punk because that was
No,
that was
Punk.
a while ago.
I caught myself. Punk was actually
Punk was
an episode
Raw.
of Raw and the pay-per-view.
When Punk did a Raw, he's when he GTS'd Edge.
And the second one, the one where he turned heel with cashing in on Jeff,
Hardy
was a pay-per-view.
with the ladder he just finished like a ladder match.
I really wanted that to be Jeff's only title run. Because, yes, Jeff, he finally won the title. Nah, Punk's gonna take that.
I like Jeff Hardy too much for that to be his only title run.
See, I love Jeff too, but just the whole thing.
It would have been kind of funny.
It would have been hilarious.
You do that to someone like you don't like though. Like the one leg guys in the dogs. You get a title run, and it's over.
Well, they did it to Brian 3 times over.
They did to Dolph.
Dolph's won the title twice, has yet to win his title defense.
Yeah, Dolph had it for like a second, then he had it for like a few seconds.
Dolph had it for
Not that long.
36 minutes the first time.
What was it the second time? It wasn't that long. Like a month and a half?
Month and a half, and he was on the shelf for 3 of those.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks in that. Because he was supposed to defend it in a ladder match versus Swags and Del Rio. But then Swags concussed him.
Yeah.
He had to take 3 weeks off. Came back, lost it to Del Rio in his first match, and that's what turned him face.
Yep.
But before we go back into anything Raw, I'm gonna make you cry, okay? I'm gonna make you cry on live recorded video. Apparently more people watched WWE's Legend House on the WWE Network this past week than the Ultimate Legend documentary on the Ultimate Warrior. More people watched the Legend House than Warrior's documentary last week.
Your Piper's all his interviews afterwards. Like, I do not like myself after watching Legends.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like myself.
Like, I don't really want to watch that, but I kind of want to watch the first episode just to see how bad
Just to
it
see,
is.
because Piper was like, I kind of hate myself now.
They said the next season might have Hogan on it, so I'm just like, oh god.
Oh, God.
He hasn't done enough reality shows, right?
No. So another fun fact, AJ Lee is being advertised for some live events in June. She is also advertised for the tour of Europe that begins mid-May. And I feel like that is interesting pieces of notes because how she's requested time off.
That's not that much time off.
Well, because...
I guess it's just even a little bits for them as well.
Well, any little bit for them, like you said, is a lot.
Too much wants to move in that point. That takes
That's
effort.
what I was going to say.
It doesn't take long enough where you need to be off TV for like 4 or 5 months, but it takes enough where
You need
it'll
like
be
a
tough
month.
to...
You need like a month.
You need like a month and a half. Give me a
Let me
little
put it like this. I did a job once with my friend Jay. We had to move his boss out. We were getting paid $25 an hour from him to pack his house and move it to the new place. It took us a full day to get about half the house done, and that's when we were moving 2 feet up the street. Like, we moved about 20 minutes away, and it took us it took us a full day to do half of the house. AJ's moving from Jersey to Chicago, so she has to pack everything, ship it to Chicago, wait for it to get there, unpack it. And have you seen some pictures of Punk's house? He did an interview with Ariel Helwani for the MMA Hour right before he walked out. He has a nice house.
I hope so.
He has a very nice house. So he kinda they have to figure out where everything's going. Give her a month off. I see her coming back in 2 weeks at Extreme Rules. I see her costing Tamina the title. Because it's in East Rutherford. Jersey's her place.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to East Rutherford. We still love you from last year. We have not forgotten about you. Yeah, have you seen that article?
I was just reading it.
I agree with all of it, but that one. There's an article on .com by the staff. 8 bold predictions.
I don't agree
for
with
WrestleMania
I don't
31.
agree with the belts pulling back in it too. I don't see the point.
I still do. Why have 2 belts?
I don't,
until they make it 1 belt.
Here's the thing.
Until they make it 1 title.
Yeah.
And the big gold belt goes away, and it's just the WWE
That's
title.
what they were supposed to. That's what they've been like. A report's been like, it'll go away once people like, so people don't get confused. Like, but it's been since December, so hopefully it'll.
No,
be
but
gone.
and that's the point I'm trying to make is until 2 belts turn into belts, I'm convinced they're splitting.
I understand, but how do you? It's really easy to make a unification match. How do you make a de-unification match? What do you walk out with just one of them? If I win, I take this belt from you, and you're only half of a champion.
Don't doubt what Cena is capable of.
Because if you take both champions, you're still
Don't doubt
unified.
what Cena's capable of.
But how would it work?
They're tempted to re-push the brand splits.
How do you make it work storyline wise? Well, looking stupid because you did all this work to unify them.
Okay, who's someone elite foreign? Sheamus, Cesaro. They just want the world title.
That'd be the weirdest storyline ever.
I'm not saying that.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
Until they
I don't see the point of them doing all that work.
Do you remember how they split the belts up the first time?
Well, because it was 2 brands though, and then Lesnar wouldn't wrestle on Raw. They had to do that.
No, but that's the.
Yeah, but there was only 1 belt at that time because they already. Well,
No, I'm saying let's say it's the 2 belts. It's Hunter. Let's say by the end of summer, his feud with the Shield runs its course. Bryan's still champion. Bryan defends the belts at, let's call it Money in the Bank. 1 title gets pulled, ladder match. 1 belt from one person, 1 belt from the other. They split the belts up.
Wouldn't they just have a match to winner takes all? Would
Well,
that make more sense though?
If someone, let's just say there's already a number 1 contender lined up. he doesn't care. He wants just that belt.
No one's gonna want to see a match where both people win.
I know that, but it's a screwy finish to end the pay-per-view. Next night on Raw, they just kind of play.
That's a lot of thought. That's a lot of thought to have all together, because all this Daniel Bryan stuff didn't even know they were gonna have while they were unifying them. So for them to like, no, don't put it into one belt yet. We're gonna do this in like September.
No, I'm saying though is. The only reason why I'm still convinced they're going to split the belts up in two is because, like I keep saying, they just haven't done it yet. And you just asked me for how it would work storyline-wise. I'm not saying that this was the long-term payoff, that in December when they unified them, they're like, we'll wait till September.
I'm not just going to go with the reports that they're like, whoever the champ is going to carry on the two belts, just to drive home the fact that I'm the unified champ, and then eventually, as time goes on, he'll just carry the WWE belt.
See, I'm okay with that.
I still believe that.
I still believe that too, but
how long did it take Triple H to get the undisputed belt? It didn't take this long.
It didn't take this long, and that's like I said. It just, for me, it's just one of those. Until two belts become one, I'm convinced that it's gonna be. They're gonna split back up. But to read you the article, we're not gonna read you the article. The first one on it. This is .com. This is from WWE.com. The first one was Cena joins the Wyatt family. I firmly believe that's not going to happen. How about you? Cena joins the Wyatts. I'm just reading off that list now.
No.
Or he'll join the Wyatts the same way he joined Nexus.
Same way Bryan joined the Wyatts.
Same way Bryan joined Wyatts. Number 2, I see this one happening.
Oh, Reigns winning the Rumble.
Reigns winning the Rumble.
It's a given.
It's all but a given at this point. He eliminated 12 last year.
I want to give Wyatt the thing, but or Cesaro.
Wyatt. I still see Cesaro versus Lesnar.
What if Lesnar's champ?
I can see that then. But
let's be honest. They want to do Rock versus Brock.
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna be for a title.
I still need to know how that's going to play out.
I know,
because
but
still...
unless something goes wrong with either of those guys, more likely something goes wrong with The Rock. That's going to be the message.
Is it just me, or is Rock just too fragile?
I don't think so. He only got hurt once. Well, once since coming back. Badly.
Well, badly, but...
I mean...
It's just, Rock in a match. Nope, here's an injury report.
Well, they give Rey Mysterio a job, he gets hurt every day. So.
That's not true. I think Ray got bullhammered out of a job. I think that bullhammer wrote off Ray.
I hope so. Just make him a trainer.
No, just make him an ambassador. We don't even need him to be a trainer.
He could be a good trainer.
See, I want my trainer to be able to move. I feel like the ability to move is something of value.
They're gonna make Undertaker a trainer. He can barely move.
Is Taker gonna be a trainer? I missed that one.
That's what they want him to be.
I missed that report.
If that's the thing, and he can't move at all.
Touche.
So there we go. And even if it's not break and move, think of all like the Adrian Nevilles who could learn a lot from a Rey Mysterio.
I'll give you that. Oh god.
Like
what Neville could do if he was able to actually pick Ray's brain.
As bad as Rey Mysterio is now, let's not forget in WCW he was amazing, and even his early WWE one he was amazing. Let's not forget that. So even if he can't like go, he'll still be able to give advice and teach and all that stuff. But he does nothing for us in the ring anymore. He's just.
But going back to. Because I agree with that. But going back...
Yeah, I can see Reigns winning. I can see Cesaro winning.
Cesaro.
We'll see what happens.
Reigns, Cesaro. Two people I don't see winning, but I'm not going to put it past the company right now. Sheamus.
He's already won.
If they want to re-push him.
I don't know. I don't like repeat champ. I don't like repeats unless they're really elite, like Cena or Orton. Well, and even then, I don't really like it.
With the gap difference, I don't mind it. With the gap from Sheamus' first one to now, I don't mind it. Because it's been about 4 years. And if they want to re-push Sheamus, which I doubt because my second sleeper...
I don't think 4 years is long enough. Like even like
my second
Batista's felt short to me. That was 9 years.
No, I had no issues with Batista's.
It bugged me a little bit.
I had no issues with... See, Batista's bugged me because I hate when people come... What was Punk's reasoning? for quitting. I hate when people come back and think they can just main event.
That's why it bugged me.
That's why it bugged me. But from a time gap, no.
No,
issues with it.
well, that's what I mean. I didn't. It was long enough. Obviously, a decade's nothing to laugh at. I think Sheamus is a little short. Cena's was kind of short, but it's Cena. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Another sleeper, the way they're kind of pushing him right now, I doubt he'll be at that level by Mania, but Barrett. They seem all... They let him pin clean. Clean!
Sheamus. It's a little early to tell him
Ray.
Barrett.
They let him pin Ray clean in a squash.
Yeah.
Dolph pin clean, and then Sheamus pin clean.
Well, they're three pretty legit guys.
The weakest link is Dolph.
And it's Dolph.
And he's won 2 world titles.
Yeah.
Like, let's not. If he can... See, he's gonna... Is there any doubt he beats Van Dam clean?
Well, then I don't see them putting up a face versus face title match. So yeah.
I'm ignoring that.
Well, storyline. I mean, I'd hope Van Dam wouldn't beat him. Van Dam doesn't need it. Van Dam's already a legend.
But Van Dam fighting at Extreme Rules, it's kind of...
He could make it a screwy finish and they get a triple threat match and Barrett still wins.
I'm okay with that.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that.
You get Van Dam in your thing. You get the belt off Biggie and I'll have a parade, and you make Barrett the champion. That could be like the greatest match of the history of my life.
Yeah.
All in one. Do that. No, I'm gonna predict that. That's gonna happen. They're gonna do a screwy finish on Raw next week, and then
I'm kind of feeling that.
And
too.
then whoever was gonna make that match will make it.
See, I honestly thought they were gonna have the screwy finish next week, with Cesaro beating Van Dam, and everything that played out to end the Cesaro versus RVD match, I saw being Cesaro versus Barrett.
Maybe they wanted to give one more week to build up the Swagger versus Cesaro match.
See, I felt like it was more important if they let Barrett win clean next week,
yeah,
to have him keep winning and winning.
I'm getting
clean.
confused because they're building up Cesaro in a way that's going to turn him into a face, but he's still on with Heyman.
Did you read?
Is he going to just leave Heyman after a month?
No, that was one of the reports. Did you read that?
No.
They're gonna give out the Cesaro section signs to people. What they're gonna do is they're gonna tweener. They're gonna have Heyman be a heel.
Okay.
The crowd want Cesaro face, and Cesaro play middle.
But eventually he's
It's
gonna
gonna eventually lead to a payoff where he leaves Heyman.
Okay,
but
that was my
they're gonna use Heyman in Heyman's ability to get someone over, to push him to the main event, while having the crowd want Cesaro face.
It's just some way to keep Heyman on TV while Lesnar's not on TV.
And it pushes Cesaro. Like, it accomplishes everything.
That's what get happy when I see RVD and Heyman on the same screen.
Yeah, that made me happy.
Like the interview in the back, I was just like, it made me happy.
Next one on the list is what we already discussed was
We've already went over
the titles. What's the next one?
I don't know. Let's see. Come on.
I
Stephanie McMahon
can
will
see
target
this.
the Divas Championship.
Steph-
Did she predict this?
No.
Okay, that would be funny if she predicted it, because she did one of the predictions.
Which one was hers? I missed that. I didn't actually
Did it
read
say?
the article.
It said one of them. Hold on, maybe Never mind, I read it wrong. When I read it and I saw her name, I thought it was.
she made a prediction.
I thought she made a prediction. I didn't think they'd actually have her in a match, so I didn't
No.
understand that.
The
Okay, so never
prediction
mind.
is Stephanie McMahon will target the Divas Championship. Well, she's won the Divas title.
Yeah, well,
she's won the women's title.
Yeah, like in 2000.
But see, here's the thing, though. Did you watch Kingdom Come, the documentary on Triple H? She still trains.
I know. She definitely works out. I know she's in good shape. It would just.
Here's the thing.
It would just be surreal to see at this point.
Let me say it like this, though. She doesn't have to win the title.
Just a target, isn't it?
Just go after it. Let's just say that the champion is AJ or Paige. They spend special time with Stephanie, a la Undertaker versus Shawn 1, Undertaker Shawn 2, Undertaker Hunter 1, Undertaker Hunter 2, Undertaker Punk, where they spend special time together mapping out the match beforehand.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a complete train wreck. I could see it.
I couldn't see her beating them cleanly, though.
See,
I can't see a 39-year-old.
No, it just says we'll
half wrestler.
target.
I know.
It just says we'll target.
Well, I don't see the point of her doing it if she's not going to win.
Bree's the champion. Hunter versus Bryan for the title.
Well, I could see them screwing Brie over. I'm just saying, I'd have trouble seeing it clean.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying.
Because then you devalue any. I mean, even if it's like someone like Brie, any little wrestling skill she has, she just lost it because she lost to a 39-year-old half wrestler who wrestled once like 14 years ago.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying I could see that one playing out.
Because if she's gonna target it, I can only imagine she's gonna win it.
Well, like I said, if it's one of those, she's versus Brie.
I still hate the Divas Championship. It just looks silly.
Do you have a problem with the belt that looks like a tramp stamp?
It's not even just the design of the belt. It's just like the Divas Championship. So just make it the Women's Championship for God's sakes. Like I know you want to drive the brand, but
it's that they want to drive the brands.
Like you look at the old Women's Championship. Like it had prestige. Like even if you look at like the NXT Women, it looks like an actual belt. At the very least, to make it look like a belt.
See, I was really hoping.
At the very least.
I was really hoping that AJ was going to bring back the women's title.
God, I would have loved that.
But what's next on the list?
Get rid of that belt, please.
I want them to get rid of it.
Angers me. They've had it for like, what, 5, 6, 7 years now? Get rid of it. Zeb Coulter will form a stable of real Americans. So that seems like an easy one.
That's an easy one.
Just it's just who goes in.
It's just who. I could see Bo.
Maybe. At least it would give him something.
But Bo, I see them pushing as a singles competitor and failing first.
Oh, I hate Bo Dallas so much. I hate it so much. The whole Bo Leave thing makes me want to shoot myself.
I love the Bo Leaves.
Oh God, I hope you mean it for the wrong reasons.
Okay. It is 100% for the wrong reasons.
Thank you.
But I love Bo Dallas and the Bo Leavers.
God.
I love the Bo Leavers.
How are you related to Bray Wyatt?
I think
that directly.
That he is directly related by
his little brother
and mother.
I hate that.
That those two are physically the same gene pool.
Like,
it's not even like it's a different mother. It's like that mother was the one that gave him the charisma.
It's not like Cody Rhodes and Goldust when they only share a dad. Like this is direct brothers. One is awesome and one sucks.
We're able to physically go see that mom produced Goldust and that one produced Cody.
You see the difference?
We see a difference here. We look at Bo and Bray and go, that's the same exact gene pool. Know what Bo needs? A little Justin Gabriel.
No. This one's gonna happen.
I could. Maybe. Will not.
I don't think it will.
I could see it.
I'd hope it would, but
I'm not putting money on it, no pun intended, in 2 seconds, but I could see it.
I can't see him as a world champ.
Know what Bo needs? Justin Gabriel. And let me be specific when I say that. Know how when Gabriel was in Nexus, he looked like an infant?
Mm-hmm.
But when he joined Core, he grew out the beard and stuff. Bo needs that. That little...
He needs a beard. He just looks like a baby face. I hate it.
Like what you have now.
Yeah.
Where it's not much, but it fills up your face.
You better be able to grow a beard after what Bray can do. Oh. Otherwise, I would just feel bad. Like you got the end of the stick there.
So you lost every gene possible. But the next one on the list, Cody will win and cash in Money in the Bank.
Seems kind of random. Of all the people that could have won it by Cody.
Cody's been teased in the main event for a while. Let's say Money in the... Well, see, here's the thing. Now with only one Money in the Bank, it's harder for me to...
Well, with only one Money in the Bank, he's going to be the guy that wins the championship. Cody Rhodes is going to be the champion of the entire company. Give me a break. There better be some drastic changes before I believe that.
See, here's the thing. I still have faith in Cody as a main eventer. Do I think it will happen by 31? No. Do I think it will happen by 32? I could see it. But then again, I feel like I've been saying that about Cody for the past...
I think they're just saying it because he came so close with the Sandow one.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything storyline-wise, though.
I agree with the next one, too. I know exactly what the next one is. That's the one I see. That's my prediction.
They're literally just saying things that are going to happen now.
Yeah.
Here's my prediction. Oh, you mean like what you just wrote in the writer's room the other day?
Sure. The prediction, because we haven't said it yet, though I've actually said it. Cesaro will break away from Paul Heyman and challenge Brock Lesnar.
What do they think they're doing here? We us smart fans and the sources we have know that this is planned. What do they gain from basically telling us, hey, they're literally giving it away?
See, here's the thing. We've talked about this before in the show with Hunter taking control.
I know, but don't give it away.
But see, here's the thing. Now I'm skeptical that it's going to happen.
You think they're trying to do the bait and switch?
Yeah.
I think they're trying to bait and switch the bait and switch. They're trying to make it so obvious it'll happen that we think it won't happen, and then it will happen when we don't think it's gonna happen.
Hey, they get me thinking. They get me thinking, and that's all I can ask for. What's the next one?
That's the last one, I think.
Oh, there's one more.
Oh. Well, it's not like Bleacher Report where the last page isn't part of the thing.
Yeah.
Undertaker will retire.
Dead Man will retire.
I mean, obviously. Well, I mean...
Do you see him?
Oh,
Okay.
it's 4:31. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you see?
I don't see him wrestling again.
It's the infamous Sting vs. Taker.
No, I don't see it.
Sting does not fight Taker. Who does he have this match with?
Well, I mean, they might bring back Goldberg. Some people from, like, who are living in 1997 might want to see that again.
Like the show The Goldbergs?
Here we go, Goldberg versus Sting, WrestleMania 31. Can it be better than Goldberg's other WrestleMania match? Probably not.
And that's sad, because that bar is set
That was the worst match.
really low.
It was the worst match I've ever seen in my life. Okay, maybe not like as bad as like a Divas match, but for what it should have been,
For what they're capable of,
the worst
for what
match
they
I've ever
produced.
seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was
I
10
agree.
minutes of circling the ring. And the wrong guy won.
Yeah, they let Goldberg get the win.
I understand because he was the face in that situation, but they were both on their way out. Give it to the better wrestler at that time, Brock Lesnar.
See, I give it to Lesnar for one reason. And one reason only. Lesnar will have a chance of bringing back at some point.
Yeah.
You let him leave happy.
Exactly. And then at that point, Brock Lesnar was like 28. He didn't even enter his prime yet. Goldberg was...
Was he even that old yet?
Yeah. Well, he
Are you
won...
sure?
Had to have been. He was 26 when he won the championship. He was the youngest WWE champion, and he was 26.
I got my ages with Orton.
And that was-
Orton was 24.
And that was less than 2 years before, so he could have been 27 for all I know.
So no, I got my ages mixed up because Orton was 24 when he won the title, when he won the World Heavyweight title. And I threw that for Lesnar, so I thought Lesnar left at 26.
Lesnar won at 26.
So
beat
he
The Rock.
left, let's call it 28, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put it like this. Lesnar, that when he left, he was 28. Roman Reigns is 28 now.
Bray Wyatt's 26. Bray Wyatt's wicked young for like wrestling standards.
Oh, Bray has a wonderful future in front of that man. Barring injury, he has a wonderful future in front of him.
Look at Paige, she's 21. Like, I know Diva Shelves lives aren't as long,
Paige is
but she's like, she's not one of like,
August 17th, 92.
she's not one of the wrestlers where it's like, oh, I'm Kelly Kelly. I'm just gonna go be a model because I'm Kelly Kelly.
Like,
it's like
her and
she's like a
AJ
natural wrestler. Yeah, like AJ too.
Her
Like,
and AJ and
that's their
Tamina,
profession.
they have like a good 7 years left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're both, AJ and Paige are both 21. Paige is 20, no, AJ's 23.
AJ's 20. No, she's way older than that. She's like 26, 27.
She's same age, so she's 20, she's 24.
I think she's way older than that.
I'm checking.
I think she might be 27. I think she just turned 27, to be honest.
I know her birthday was not that long ago.
Yeah, I think that's why I know. I think she just turned 27.
I thought she just turned 26. I thought she was the same age as Sam. And FSU Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
27, yeah.
Paige is the really young one.
Paige is 21. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. But anyways, for Undertaker.
How old was Caitlyn? It's 27.
Taylor's 27 now?
Yeah. October. She turns 28.
I don't see her ever go back.
I don't either. How old are you? We're playing that fun game of how old are you? 29? Really?
Yeah, he was like older than. I know. Naomi's like 26. She's really young. Or 27. It was like 30 something.
Well, it was 36.
Naomi's like 27, 26.
26.
26.
Summer Rae's 30.
Yeah.
Kelly's still only 27.
She was 19 when she was in Extreme Expose. When she did the Extreme Expose.
That's scary.
She was 19.
That's still scary.
I know it was funny because when they did the ECW Extreme Strip Poker thingy, she's like, "Oh, I can't drink. I'm not 21 yet." And I'm just like, "Really?
Really? Oh, that seems legit.
I know the Bellas are like 31 each, obviously. Same age. Yeah, but I think Undertaker's gonna retire. I don't think they'll wrestle another match after this streak.
See, I could see a match. Because then we have something that we haven't had in a while. Will Taker actually win? Because now that the streak's not there, it's not, oh, this guy needs to break the streak. This guy's trying to break the streak. It's just Undertaker versus whoever.
Giving his money on the Taker match with no streak?
Huh?
I know obviously people still watch Undertaker, but when was the last non-streak, like, when was the last match where the streak wasn't even, like, mentioned?
Well, he did fight a Raw and a SmackDown this year.
Well, I mean, like, when was the last, like, are you talking about just in general or WrestleMania?
Well, I'm referring to in general.
If he wrestles like a SummerSlam, yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter what the streak is because it wouldn't even be a WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
But would he be even in any shape to wrestle in 4 months?
Well, no, the match at WrestleMania 31, it's Taker versus someone in a retirement match.
So we are talking about WrestleMania 30? Okay.
For me, for Taker, yeah, WrestleMania 31, it's just whoever versus Taker.
But then you have Sting versus Taker, and then Sting retires. It just feels weird.
If it's Sting versus Taker, the match
Because you put Sting over Taker in his last match? Seems kind of awkward.
Taker has never had the issues letting anyone go over.
No, I don't think he'll have an issue with it. I just think it would look weird.
It'd be interesting
to the viewers.
See, it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I still want Bray versus Taker or Bray versus Sting.
See, if it was like a retirement match, I think it'd be better if like they both acknowledge this is our last match. Let's go tear that house down. More so than if I lose, I retire. It's more like
that's no. That's
that what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Taker comes out. Let's call it the day after Extreme Rules, or not Extreme Rules. Elimination Chamber next year.
I was like, ooh, it's soon.
No, next year.
Okay.
He comes out, cuts a full promo, and goes, "The streak ended last year. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I served my time. I did my thing. I'm done. I'm calling it quits. The streak is over. There's no need for me to have another match. I'm gonna retire." Out comes Sting.
Yeah.
Sting comes out, "Hey, I'm only here
I feel like
because I want you."
I want one shot him in the rafters though. I think they would do that as his first thing, just have him in the rafters like his classic, and then have the show end.
Where would
They have rafters at some arenas.
Well, that's more what it is. They have to place it correctly. Because yes, I would prefer it if Sting was in the rafters.
He just came on the Titantron and became like weird. Not weird, but it would be a missed opportunity. I think.
Yeah, but you have him up in the rafters.
You just have him in his
of
paint
some
with the
building.
shadows. Like it's just classic Sting.
Yeah, you have him up in the rafters even with his vintage baseball bat.
And if you have like a spotlight on him, that would be like a huge pop from our crowd because like you don't see that kind of thing often.
You have the arena. Taker's about to be done. Lights go off.
Sting's music plays.
No.
You don't even need the
I'm
music
still
play.
no. I'm going once. Not there yet.
Okay.
Lights go off till Taker's like the purple.
Yeah.
He does his whole like
Urn thing.
His whole bit. Gong. Deadlights. Sting's music hits. Spotlight up on Stinger, in the rafters somewhere. There's your WrestleMania match. Taker decides he wants to retire. Sting comes and basically goes, no. Week after that, Stinger shows up and goes, I'm here for one thing. I'm gonna retire too. Let's do something we should have done years and years and years ago. Me versus you at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
we fully acknowledge that this is both of our last matches. Let's do something we should have done years ago. Let's go tear down the... I don't know the name of the new building in San Francisco.
Oh, it's the Farmers Insurance something.
Seems legit.
But yeah, I was like before I had the network on at like 6:30, 7 o'clock last night, just because I was getting ready for like the pre-show to come on.
Yeah.
And what they had on before was WCW Spring Stampede 1998. And the main event was Sting versus Randy Savage, and I was just watching it like, I like Sting. I miss old Sting. I miss not TNA Sting.
I miss not TNA Sting.
TNA Sting
There's
sucked.
your kicker. I miss not TNA Sting.
TNA Sting sucked. WCW Sting was awesome.
See, TNA Sting was good until Dixie Carter got involved. Because when it was Sting versus Jarrett, it was the whole
that was it.
Rid of
the cancer of
from
TNA. That was it. I didn't even like
oh, I loved that story.
I didn't even like Sting when he was in the Mafia. Like the Mafia was cool. I just didn't like Sting in it. It was just weird.
I thought it was cool.
I liked Angle.
No, you know why I liked
Nash.
You know why I liked it? Because it was a different side of Sting.
Yeah. But it kind of signaled like. Well, the new main event Mafia was a joke.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I'm referring to the original.
The original one was awesome. I just felt like at that point it was too late for Sting. Sting's original like.
Ooh, that one's on.
Oh what?
They're finally adding old Raws from this past year. They just posted the one, if this is the Raw I'm thinking of, where it's Cena versus Cesaro.
Yeah.
And that epic match of epic amazingness.
I like how like the network like when I was watching Spring Stampede into the pre-show, like it ended slightly early, so they just played random matches from random events.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, it was surprising because I was watching it, and it ended, and all they did was shoot to it was like a nitro, like an outdoor nitro, and it was like Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm like, that was just a nice match to watch. What?
Come on, network. I want them to post the original draft. I keep checking like every other day, hoping that they're gonna add the original brand split drafts from 2002.
Yeah.
But they keep not posting it. Like, the SmackDown episodes, they have the first one, the one with Schwarzenegger,
And
from 2000, that was from
99.
99. From 02, they have Lesnar versus Hogan,
Yeah.
Cena's debut,
Right. Versus.
2003, the 60-minute Iron Man match, and when Big Show
Crushed the ring with
crushed the
Lesnar.
ring with Lesnar, and then Edge's May 10th, 2007, for those of you playing along from earlier,
Yeah.
when we were talking about Edge cashing in on SmackDown. May 10th, 2007. I still need to watch this last NXT episode.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one yet?
No.
How far behind are you?
Only like a week or two.
Did you see the one with Bo when he when he cut an in-ring promo?
No.
Did you see Sami Zayn versus Corey Graves 1?
I did.
Okay.
I was confused because I was hearing like a whole lot of rumors that Adam Rose was going to debut yesterday, and I was like getting ready for it. I'm like, oh, coming soon. It's like, okay.
I am just scared that he's gonna debut to silence.
But he's like the coolest entrance ever.
I know.
I don't think he will, because
I know. Here's the thing. I'm just scared.
he has a huge
that
NXT following too, though. So
I know
if any
he
of that
does.
can carry over,
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping to all
don't see why it
hell it
won't.
does. I'm just scared that
people cheer for Los Matadores. Like I know it's not Waffle, but some people are there cheering.
I know, but I'm just still. He needs to hurry up and debut because I like him.
But here's the thing.
Minus his finisher. I like him.
I didn't think Fandango would get a huge reaction. I didn't think.
There's a difference. That was the Raw after WrestleMania crowd that started that.
Yeah, but I mean, but still, I didn't think.
When's the next time they're in Florida? They're up here.
Well, it wasn't even necessarily Florida. It was just all the WrestleMania holdovers.
No. I know that was Miami, but I'm referring for Rose.
Oh,
Debut
you
him
mean-
in Florida.
Oh, so the Full Sail people can go up there?
Yeah.
Well, it depends
They're in
how
East
close to
Rutherford.
Florida. I don't know.
They're in East Rutherford in 2 Sundays. When do you see Rose debuting? Raw after
couple weeks from now.
Raw after Extreme Rules.
That would be the 2 weeks, 2 Raws from now.
2 Raws from now.
His next Raw is the go home.
The go home show.
So probably the one after. Honestly, I'm doing it. I don't see the point of doing it the week before.
Oh, on a completely unrelated note, speaking of NXT talent, what are your thoughts on having Alexander Rusev fight Truth and Xavier Woods in a 2-on-1 match?
It's just going to be a squash, but that's the point.
That's a credible squash, though.
Well, to an extent, yeah.
Truth
Truth has some pull. Woods is still kind of new.
But here's
And
the thing.
all he was established was a dancer.
It's not like he's been. It's not like it was like when Ryback was
three
squashing
jobbers.
3 locals.
Well, here's the thing with Rusev. It's what you need to do with these guys. They have to squash for the first like month or so,
To
and
get
then
them over.
eventually they get in. Like it's not going to be like Ryback where they just threw him into a Hell in a Cell match out of nowhere.
that had
Well, that was only because Punk got hurt.
No pun intended for Barrett. That has bad news written all
I'd love
over
to
it.
see where Ryback would have won if he wasn't thrust into the main event because they were panicking.
Oh, he'd still be. What's that word? Credible.
I'd hope so.
He'd still be credible. He'd still be a face.
But I don't get it because even though they panicked, it kind of worked. So I don't even think that was the issue. I think he would have failed no matter what because it wasn't like the reason he's bad now is because they pushed him too hard. He did pretty well, or he at least reacted to pretty well.
No, you know what happened? They had him lose, or let me reword that, not win 8 straight pay-per-view matches.
He should have beat Mark Henry.
How the hell?
He should have beat Mark Henry at WrestleMania.
How the hell do you not have him beat Mark Henry?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And like the most awkward finish ever.
That I think is the most awkward WrestleMania finish that did not involve a diva I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Weird.
Because that was just an awkward finish. Anything else we forgot about that you want to touch up on? Because we probably should sign off before the next person comes into the studio. I feel like there was something else from last night. Oh, Hugh Jackman will be on next week's Raw. I'm looking forward to that.
Apparently Batista's about to take time off after Extreme Rules.
Yeah. So, which bugs me, because what? Does that mean we only get like a month of Evolution?
No.
Like, we only get a full Evolution build back?
Oh, yeah. Because he's do promotional work for his movie.
For Gladiators, yeah.
Well, I think, yeah. I don't think Evolution is going to last anyways, because I think they're going to focus mainly on Reigns and Triple H.
Which is either I heard.
It's either going to pay off at SummerSlam or Hell in a Cell.
I'm hoping Hell in a Cell.
That'd be nice. It makes sense, because Triple H Hell in a Cell, it's an easy one.
And it pushes the Shield longer, too. I know you do.
Why can't they have a Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam? That you'd have both, and it'd be like best of both worlds.
Like when they had Taker versus Edge in Hell in a Cell.
I hate this. I hate. You know why I hate?
It's predictable.
It's not even that it's predictable. The whole point of Hell in a Cell was there was the blow-off of a feud. When your feuds is so intense, the only thing you have to do with it is Hell in a Cell to end it. Now it's just, oh, it's October, let's just throw them in a Hell in a Cell match, because it's that time of year. It's stupid. Like, at least with Elimination Chamber, it's 6 people, so it's not, like, one particular feud. With Hell in a Cell, it's just, oh, it's October, let's throw Carlito versus MVP in Hell in a Cell. Like, that would what it would be.
The closest thing we've had to that was Legacy versus DX. We haven't, luckily, had Orton versus Sheamus.
I don't even like random like Del Rio versus Cena. It's like your feud isn't that intense. You bring to Hell in a Cell. Think of all the other think of the original Hell in a Cell matches.
I know.
Think of how like brutal those feuds were.
I know.
I hate it. I hate it. They ruined my favorite match ever. They ruined it.
They still have not ruined mine. They still have not killed the Iron Man match.
Because they don't do them anymore.
I know.
They have them like...
They can't kill what they don't bring back.
They've had like 4 60-man Iron Man matches ever.
They can't kill what they don't bring back.
They had one at WrestleMania, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. They had The Rock's Triple H. They had Lesnar versus Angle. And then for the other team, they had Orton versus Cena, and that's it.
I need to rewatch
They've
that
had a few 30-minute ones.
They've only had like 4 60 minutes.
They've only had 4 60-minute ones.
Alright, it is a minute of, and I want to sign off before the next show comes on, because we can actually clean up and actually get out of our way. So, damn it. Almost. So, as always, I am your host, Jason Lilly. You can follow me on Twitter at JLilly33. As always, to my forward, Chris Hudson. You can follow him on Twitter at CHudson_22. This was Cobra's Corner's new wrestling show. Tune in next Monday for Sports Vortex. Check out the site, because we will be doing a special edition show sometime this week. Probably Thursday, I think. Thursday's the easiest day for us usually.
Sounds right.
Probably Thursday to do a special edition to make up for the sports vortex that are missed. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cobra's Corner. Follow us on the tweets and on the photo Instagram thing at Cobras_Corner. Check out the website www.cobras-corner.com and keep checking the all of it, because me and Chris are going to start working out when we're going to do the shows in the summer and solidify our times for that. So keep checking the site we'll keep you guys posted on when throughout the summer we will still be posting podcast for Sports Vortex and Cobra's Corner's new wrestling show. But we'll catch you guys later this week for the special edition podcast, and we will see you guys Monday.
See you guys.
See ya.
91.3